Good morning. It is Wednesday, February 28th. 2 days left in the month of February. That means crop insurance price is almost set. Welcome to ATI ProMedia. We've got Tommy Grisafi and Brady Huck are down in Houston for Commodity Classic. If you're down there, make sure to stop by the booth and say hi. We've got a lot of headlines for you today. Talk a little crop insurance, a little Beyond Meat, some news coming out there. Wendys is experimenting with some pricing fluctuations, and we have Bitcoin moving as well. Grain markets, right? They can't decide to be positive or negative. Right at unchanged for corn. Soybeans are down a little bit. And with that, we're going to bring in Tommy Grisafi. Tommy, I believe you're live from the booth in Houston. How are you, my friend?
Not bad. Little quiet down here in the booth thing. I have to tell you, you made a mistake, and I got to call you out. Do you know what mistake you made on the live open? You
What'd I
said
do?
there was 2 days left in February.
I was counting today.
Oh, I knew it.
I
Ah,
was counting
darn
today,
it.
Tommy. Two
I thought I
trading
had
days.
you. I thought I had you. Oh, so
You you
today and tomorrow. I
you
see.
might have had me.
I'm being too hard on you. Hey, great crowd down here. I flew down here. Little problem flying down here. They load the plane up at O'Hare. Everything's going well. We leave. We're gonna take off. They say they can't, one of the cargo luggage compartments wouldn't close. They got to go back to the gate. Go back to the gate. Takes 5 minutes fix. Lightning, tornadoes. Get off the plane. Hide in the basement of O'Hare. 3 hours later, we take off. Get to Houston. I went to bed at 2 o'clock. So I zipped over to the convention center, and here we are. We're set up in booth number 4202. It's going to be a great show.
Awesome. Good deal. Well, let's jump in. We got some outside market headlines. Let's fly through. The first one I have is Bitcoin. Bitcoin, Tommy, 2-year highs. It crested over that 60,000 mark, I believe. All-time high was set in 21, wasn't it? Was it 62, 63,000, Tommy?
Yeah, we're getting close. The way someone said it yesterday on the internet was 3 more days of this will be at all-time highs. So if we're going to go up $2,500 per day, and I know a few people who own 3 of these, 5 of these. Our very own Ryan Fogel, he always owns a solid 1 Bitcoin. He's long 1 Bitcoin, and he's stuck with it since the beginning. So this is very much a you either believe in it or you don't. Unlike corn, we can't make more Bitcoin. So if you want to talk about that a little bit, hey, how can just Bitcoin go up to $1 million if that's something that's possible? We don't plant little baby Bitcoin seeds and make more. Is that correct?
We do, yeah, and you want to talk about a guy that's not an expert in Bitcoin. You pulled the wrong guy on the screen, but we can mine it, but there's a finite left to mine, right? The more you mine it, and mining is something with the computer algorithms, Tommy, way out of my scope. I tend to I like to stay in my lane, and Bitcoin's definitely out of it. But I think it's important to see, same reason we touch on the S&P and the Dow, a lot of money is in Bitcoin. When it gets to these highs, I think we should be paying attention.
Do you know what chip you need in your computer to mine Bitcoin? Who makes
Nope.
that chip?
NVIDIA?
Yes, sir.
Look
Number
at
one
that.
chip. And do you know what you need to mine things and do all this great AI stuff? You need a massive amount of electricity. So the headline I read on X last night before I got on the plane was Biden administration very concerned that AI and mining will gobble up all electricity needs because they're now competing with electronic vehicles. So went
I've got
down
a
a little side
solution.
street there, but it all makes sense, doesn't it, Connor?
Yes, and I've got a solution. They have an energy problem. We need sustainable biodiesel for mining Bitcoin, Tommy. Let's get Bitcoin. If Bitcoin rallies, I want corn to rally too. I don't know how to make that happen, but I'll do my best. I'm sure
I
you're
like
laughing. We don't have that.
You can't see my face. I'm embarrassed. I called you out on the 2 days and you just picked me up and slammed me. So which is not easy to do. No, that's great
Uh,
stuff. And
yeah.
what do you know about this Beyond Beef? I got some funny stuff for you.
What you told me, Beyond Beef up 80%. Wow, what a rally. Let's pull up our chart. 80%. Why is it rallying? Just are they changing what they're doing, Tommy? But uh add some color onto why they're, up 80%. What's that mean? Because their IPO, right, back in July of 19, we were 789% above their IPO price. It was very positive. It was going to the roof. I think since 2019, it's been a little bit different story. Where are we at today with that?
Yeah, we made a low on Bitcoin or Bitcoin Beyond Beef the other day around $6, and
Yeah.
it was trading $7 yesterday. They come out with earnings, and there are people betting that this company goes to zero. Same things happen at Rivian. It's at 10. There are people betting it goes to zero. And when corn gets cheap or stocks get cheap, or a call gets cheap, holding on for that last bit of money is extremely dangerous. So the money would have been made by selling it at 200 and buying it at 10. To go from 10 to zero, they came out with earnings. They weren't good, but they said, we're going to raise prices. We're going to cut help. We're going to do this. We're going to run a mean, lean company. No pun intended. Uh, there on Beyond Beef. Well, there must be so many short calls that it exploded, right? I mean, an 80% return. But honestly, folks, it went from 7 to 14. So it is truly not a great stock. People have lost not millions, people have lost billions being bullish the fake meats. I got to tell you, this was not in the queue, and I'm just going to throw stuff out there today and go totally Tourette's on you.
Let's do it.
Did you see Apple pulled out of the car industry
I
on the
did.
car?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff going on. Rivian stock's doing bad. Apple got out of the electronic car business. Tesla's used cars are trading at all-time lows. It kind of makes me bullish ethanol. Spin that for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you want to pick a time to be bullish ethanol, bullish that sustainable aviation fuel, you pick the right time. We've said all along, come March, we're supposed to get expanded rhetoric on what the government's going to say is allowed for sustainable aviation fuel. We're, especially in the ag space, we're hopeful that it's going to equate to biodiesel, to ethanol, and that's going to be a big boom, looking out for the next couple of years. Presentation tomorrow for the Farm Bureau I'm doing here in Illinois. And I was going to talk a little bit about the next 1,000 days of grains, of ags, and looking at how many of those soybean crush plants and are coming online or getting expanded the next 5 years. It's unbelievable, Tommy.
Yeah. Very impressive that you're getting a speech like that, Farm Bureau. I have to tell you, from when I first met you a few years ago, you are getting so much better at speaking, so much more confident, so much
Thank
more
you.
just better at it. And it's very powerful because Warren Buffett said, if you can become a great public speaker, you can instantly add $150,000 to your income. Any company will pay a great public speaker, and you're becoming that. So congratulations. I will be speaking tomorrow at Kamai Classic. Best part is I don't have anything ready. I don't have my PowerPoint. I don't even know if I'm going to use a PowerPoint. I have a general idea, but I know the subjects. I know what I'm talking about. I do not need to blast people with 50 PowerPoint slides and try to convince them I'm smart and I know what I'm talking about. The stories already happened. The events already happened. I just need to explain it to them and then tell them we need solutions, not sarcasm. What can we do moving forward? And I hope you do that same message tomorrow with your group.
Yeah, I got a few more slides. I can't quite wing it like Tommy Kristofi, but anyway, let's keep moving forward. Let's talk crop insurance at the end. I think we got a few questions or comments, but
That'd be
one
great.
thing we got to mention real quick is this whole Wendys plans to test surge pricing on its menu, Tommy, meaning they're going to dabble, experiment with fluctuating prices. So when demand's up, they're going to raise the price of your cheeseburger. And so rightfully so, they're getting a lot of backlash. And so my first question, where my head went, can we be hedging hamburgers when the price is low? Okay, if we're talking price fluctuation, right? How can we manage that volatility, Tommy?
Yeah, it's interesting that on the Baconator. I experienced a little of this last night. It was 1:30. I ordered an Uber, and this would go to the Uber model, and I only had to go 5 miles, and it was $28. But so many planes came in so late, and there were so few Uber drivers that the bid and ask between supply and demand, that's what they're doing. And so all the memes on in the internet are, listen, if you go to Wendy's at 6 in the morning and buy 100 hamburgers, 100 fries, and you could sell them back for twice at, people are saying they're just going to scalp hamburgers at Wendy's. We laugh at the idea, but with the labor shortage and everything else, that it doesn't seem like there's a lot of people hanging out for that kiosk job at any of these places. uh, it's probably not far off, right? They just
Yeah.
can't handle the influxes of we're slow for 4 hours and we're slammed for 4 hours, and just make the prices higher when those 4 hours. I don't know if it'll work, but you know what Wendy's is phenomenal at? Have you ever seen Wendy's X Twitter social media handle? They're the
Yeah,
most
they're yeah,
vicious.
yeah, sarcastic, funny. I
Oh,
have.
like Dave Lechtenberg sarcastic, yeah. And they're wild. I mean, Wendy's is just so what Wendy's got to do by saying something this crazy, Wendy's blew up the internet and had tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars of free advertising. What they did by saying something that outrageous yesterday was like 10 Super Bowl commercials, if you ask me. Because
Nope.
here we are on ATI Pro Media talking about it. And that's exactly what they wanted.
You're exactly right. No such thing as bad press, right?
Well, I'm gonna take the fifth. I was gonna say something, but Rick's listening, and he would have to edit it out. So
Well, let's wrap up the show. Crop insurance, like I said, 1 day left in February, maybe two. Jury's out there, but anyway, looking at that price, it's generally set. I think we're a little bit. This chart is we got at 11.59. I think it's closer to 11.57 soybeans, and I got it at 4.66. This is 4.66 on corn. So historical, as you can see, the average Fed prices going back. Soybeans, we've been a lot lower, Tommy, but definitely a big drop from the 13.76 and the 14.33 that we saw in 22 and 23. And same thing, corn, we were 590, 591. Now we're sitting at 466, back to the 2020, 2021 time period.
yeah, we have
So
one question from Farmer Brett. Oh, you got more charts. You had your A game out today. I
this
apologize.
this one,
Keep going.
I'll very quickly. It just jumped out at me. It is Farm Doc, the U of I guys put it together. Likelihood of expected payments on PLC versus Ark County, and so it just took 3 counties: one in Northern Illinois, Central Illinois, and Southern Illinois. And what's the likelihood of a payment? Okay, they're really throwing darts at a wall. They're trying to, they're using what they expect the price to be down the road. But it was interesting, and what I thought, I really thought PLC would be the better option, but it's more likely to get Ark County, which I think we all, it's more likely that revenue guarantees higher. But the payment, unless we get a big swing, is a little bit higher Ark County. You got to take PLC if you're going to do the supplemental products. But interesting to see, and just wanted to throw that up there. What else we got, Tommy?
I think we got a question from Farmer Brett, and of course, if anyone's down here at Commodity Classic, come over see us at the booth. Real quick, back in the days, media had you thinking Beyond was going to take over America. What a joke,
They did.
Farmer Brett. You're the best.
They did.
No, they did. Matter of fact, I remember Gina asking, "Is this something we should invest in?" I'm like, "Well, it's if we're gonna help cattle folks and ranchers, sell their cattle. I don't know, but I do know this: it's not good for you in the sense that, from a sodium standpoint, from a this standpoint, a that standpoint, it's not a pure food. It's a fake food." Farmer Brett, I need that pick chart for Kansas. We'll
You'll
get
see.
you.
I'll see. We got to
Oh,
see.
okay.
We got to see if your boys at K State put that together, Brett. But I'll try and get that put together and see what the what works for the Kansas area. We'll also talk to Brady as well.
Yeah.
So
Real quick, Connor, before we go, I just wanted to say I had a nice visit with Brian Bastine in the at Advanced Trading, and when I was down at corporate last week, it hit me. What is ATI Pro Media? ATI Pro Media gets to use our research department has over 100 years of experience. I'm not going to tell you how old Dr. Larry is, but first of all, he's a doctor, and Cesar is a doctor. Poor Brian Bastine probably only has his master's degrees, and we even have a couple other guys back there in research. So we get to tap into 100 years of experience. Then we get to skim the internet, and you get to pull a great chart like that up from University of Illinois. What we try to do every morning is just go over what's going on, give you 4 or 5 important things, try to teach you a lesson, and go from there. How do people find us here, Joe? Well, I'm talking tomorrow at 1:30. Let's see here. Oh, they find us there. ATI Pro Media, Classic Booth 4202, Advanced Trading. We got a good group of people here. We'll be live every day at 9. I'm going to say the phone number today, Connor, see if I can pull it off. Please give us a call at 1-855-737-FARM or email us at info@ATI Pro Media. Don't forget to come up booth, whisper in my ear the number 23, and we have a gift for you. With that, my friend, I do not have my questions are coming in late, and I'm in a good mood. One more question, Joe, and then we'll end the show. At the end of the show, a couple of days ago, Tommy and Brady were talking about setting up a plan with farmers to minimize risk. What does this look like? It looks like you call us at 1-855-737-FARM, and we will gladly go over those options. And thanks for asking, Nathan. Connor B, you are the best. And if you don't believe that, just ask your mom. She'll lie to you. And I will see you tomorrow.
Thanks for joining us. We're here every day, 9 a.m. Central. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.